So today we'll begin the 16th chapter, the divine and demonic natures. We are witnessing some disturbance in India. We know what happened recently. We'll be discussing about that, and that befits today's class. And what Krishna says is exactly what we are witnessing today in Jammu. So we'll begin with the first three verses. It's a very big purport, so we'll skip that for you to study in your meantime, and then we'll move ahead. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastapacham Ahimsa Sattvamakrodas Tyaga Shantir Apaishunam Daya Bhuteshva Aloluptvam Matravam Chiridachapalam Teja Shama Tata Shaucham Atraho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. Translation goes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharat, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. So we are all here on the mission of going back to Krishna, right? And this is what Krishna expects, or this is the qualities that we need to have in order to go back to Krishna, starting with fearlessness. We all need to become Abhay. So Abhay means that someone who has no bhay, right? For instance, I remember once my counselor, he was telling me that let's say a lion or a tiger comes in front of you. Now, the natural instinct is that you are food for that particular lion or tiger and he's gonna pound and just eat you up. That's one thing. But a devotee will not fear. Why? Because there is Krishna sitting inside the heart of the lion. And Krishna is actually going to dictate. Mare Krishna rakhe ke, rakhe Krishna mare ke. If Krishna is going to let the lion eat you, no one in the three worlds can save you. And if Krishna wants to protect you, then the lion will not harm you at all. So this is the definition of being Abhay, meaning that there should be complete fearlessness amidst all the calamities, all the situation, even if Ravan, he was mocking Hanumanji when he was dragged inside the kingdom of Ravan. And then Ravan said, Ravan actually, he was very atrocious. The word Ravan means someone who makes everyone cry. That is the meaning of the word Ravan. So he had made all the demigods as his servants. Indradev, he used to give water to him. Mother Saraswati, she was singing for him 24 hours. He had captured even Yamraj and everyone. So when he captured, by the will of Lord Hanuman was presented before him, and then he laughed, he made fun of Hanumanji and said, you foolish monkey, don't you see? Death is standing beside you. So you wanted to scare Hanumanji. Hanumanji smiled and he said, yes, it stands beside me, but it's looking at you. So these tactics won't work on me. So this is the definition. Fearlessness in any situation. Avashya rakshive Krishna. Krishna is going to protect me. And if he wants to kill me, so be it. This life belongs to him. So you can just go through all the other qualities: purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, etc. Okay. So we'll move to the next. So this is a really big one. Fourth. So, Giriraj Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, you just line everyone up. You take this sloka, okay?
Okay, Prabhu. I will write the first one. Dhammo darpa bhimanascha krodha parushyameva cha ajnanam cha pijatasya pata sampadamasurim. Translation: Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature, O son of Krishna.
Purport by His Divine Grace. It's Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demoniac want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science. Although they do not follow the principles, they are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Okay, now this is very important to understand where we stand or what are the qualities. So, in the 7th chapter, Krishna has spoken about two different divisions of people. First, he says that these four kind of people, they approach me. So he's talking about the devotees. Now there are four classification. Who are these four? Someone who wants something. Maybe they want to pass their exam, they want some money. Someone who is distressed, they are heartbroken, they lost their loved ones. So they are seeking refuge and they come to the temple. Then someone who wants to understand what is how this cosmos was created. Is there a God? So they want to understand things. And the fourth category is someone who knows there is a God. They have complete belief, faith, but they don't know who it is or they want to know more about God. So these are the four kind of people classification. Krishna says they come towards me and I take everyone as my devotee. So he accepts all these four. Then he says there is different classification who are completely atheistic, demoniac. They will never surrender unto me. So now this shlok is for them. They are full of pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. Now, if you see any demon, a terrorist, they have all these qualities. They have no self conscience. Even after killing, they don't understand that it is wrong. They are killing on the name of their so called God. That if they kill, they are going to get so and so destination after their death. So that is the level of pride they have, foolishness, arrogance. They're always angry. You are what you eat. You are killing animals. You are eating. So your whole your how you're surviving is basically on killing. So all you are doing is killing. So there is so much of fear, so much of emotion, anger that is involved. So definitely you will have that inside of you. There is harshness, and of course, the to top it up, there is ignorance. You have no idea. Someone who is completely uneducated, illiterate, they become your teacher and then they start teaching you. They are in complete ignorance. Whatever they have taught you is complete ignorance. So that is why Prabhupada starts the statement that the royal road to hell is described. These people think they are going to go to whatever their so called scriptures say in the destination, but hell is awaiting for them. Moving ahead, the next verse is the 5th verse. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. देवी संपद विमोक्षाय निबंधाया सुरीमता माशु च सम्पदं देवी abhijatosi Pandava. Translation: the transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities.
Yeah, because Arjuna is thinking that Krishna, I am going to kill in this war. And you're saying that all these qualities, pride, arrogance, ignorance, so isn't killing all these qualities? So then why are you asking me to fight? Let's see the purport. Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demoniac qualities. His involvement in the fight was not demoniac because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhishma and Drona should be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harshness. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. For a Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjuna to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated. So, Duryodhan, actually, he called Draupadi a prostitute in front of the complete assembly. And then when the Pandavas, they lost the gamble, then he says, bring that prostitute and drag her by her hair. And this was Karan's plan, the so-called celebrated hero of Kali Yuga. It was his master plan, and Dushasan was the person who executed the plan. That time, Draupadi, she was Rajaswala. Rajaswala means she was on her menstrual cycle. And she was not properly dressed as well. She was just wearing inner clothes. He just goes, enters the room without the permission. So first thing, disrespecting a woman. And then there is a conversation that takes place between the both. And she says, don't dare come inside, and how dare you talk to me like that? You know who my husbands are. And there is back and forth arguments. And then he grabs her by the hair and he drags her. So she is lying on the floor in that situation. And then she is being dragged in front of the assembly. So this is who is Duryodhan. Duryodhan is the embodiment of Kali Yuga. And this is what you see is happening today. People, they have no conscience actually. They don't even understand that what they're doing is wrong. And the reason is that this is how they are born. For instance, if I sow cactus seed and I wait a rose or a lotus will come out, then I'm a fool. No. If I'm sowing the seed of cactus, cactus is bound to grow. So this whole species, the species of demons, is actually born to create chaos in the society. So there is absolutely no conscience. And this is what Krishna is trying to explain to Arjuna through Bhagavad-gītā. Because Arjuna has the lens of a devotee. He is forgiving like a devotee. Though he is the greatest archer, the greatest warrior in the world, no one can parallel. Someone who could parallel Lord Shiva, how can you parallel? People say, Karan. No. Of course, Karan was a great warrior, but nothing when compared to Arjun, because who was sitting besides Arjun? That is Lord Krishna. So there is no comparison between Karan and Arjun. Coming back to the point, so Arjun, he was getting the lens of a devotee. That no problem. Like he was just overlooking all the things because he was associating with his elder brother Yudhishthir Maharaj, who was Dharmaraj. And he was always kind and forgiving. He was perhaps the only person that Duryodhan did not hate. The only person. Duryodhan envied everyone. This is Kali Yuga actually. Everyone envies everyone because we envy Krishna. So then in Hindi it says, right, hum kis khet ki muli hai. If you are envying Krishna, who is so loving and is giving you everything, then what do you expect? We just think that, oh no, they are being good to me. But no, everyone envies everyone. Time will tell you the degree of enviousness one has for another. But still, he valued Yudhishthir Maharaj, and because of the company of Yudhishthir Maharaj, Arjun was also a complete devotee, a sadhu. But Krishna reminded him that no, these people, Arjun, they are born that way. They are chaos to the society and they should be wiped out from the society. There is no, because Krishna himself goes as a messenger, a Shanti Doot. He becomes the ambassador. Now, if you are not able to hear, and Krishna said, after in the end, when Duryodhan was lying down and counting his last breath, he lashed out at Krishna that you Gwala, it is because you cowherd person. He never respected Krishna. It's all because of you. And Krishna explained him, look, Bhishma Dev, he tried to counsel you. Dronacharya tried to counsel you. Vidur, he tried. You kicked him out of the kingdom. I came. I tried. You didn't listen to me. Now you decide. You didn't listen to all these people because this is the characteristic of a demoniac person. They would never listen to anyone, like Ravan. Marich, he said, do not go behind Ram. You will be dead. He did not listen. Mandodari, his wife, she constantly counseled him that no, return Sita. Then Vibhishan, he counseled, he was kicked out of the kingdom. His brother Kumbhakarna, when he was woken up from the sleep, he also said that, see, I am your brother, I will fight for you, but you take my message, this is wrong. You have kidnapped someone else's wife. This is not your business. Give her back to Ram, but I will fight for you. So, in despite of all these teachings, Hanumanji came, he counseled. Angad came, he completely disrespected and shook the entire kingdom. But still, this is demoniac nature. No matter how much you try to educate them, they are born with that hatred in their heart. You cannot change. You have to wipe out these people. This is what Gita is teaching us. Okay? So let's go to the next verse, 16.6.
Chaitanya Prabhu.
Dvabhuta sagro lokesmin deva asura eva cha devo vistarashaha prokta asuram parthameshinu. Translation: O son of Pritha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac.
Yeah, so the divine, as I said, the four kind of people who comes to Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. He says, right, that there are four kind of people who comes to me, the distress, the seeker of wealth, one who is inquiring, and one who knows the absolute truth, but they want to understand. Now he says, I will tell you what the demoniac people are and how they are. Seventh.
Abhishek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pravittam cha navittam cha janana vidarasura na shaucham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them.
Yeah. In every civilized human society, there is some set of scriptural rules and regulations which is followed from the beginning, especially among the Aryans. Those who adopt the Vedic civilization and who are known as the most advanced civilized peoples, those who do not follow the scriptural injunctions are supposed to be demons. Therefore, it is stated here that the demons do not know the scriptural rules, nor do they have any inclination to follow them. Most of them do not know them, and even if some of them know, they have not the tendency to follow them. They have no faith, nor are they willing to act in terms of the Vedic injunctions. The demons are not clean, either externally or internally. One should always be careful to keep his body clean by bathing, brushing teeth, shaving, changing clothes, etc. As far as internal cleanliness is concerned, one should always remember the holy names of God and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The demons neither like nor follow all these rules for external and internal cleanliness. As for behavior, there are many rules and regulations guiding human behavior, such as the Manu Samhita, which is the law of the human race. Even up to today, those who are Hindu follow the Manu Samhita, laws of inheritance and other legalities are derived from this book. Now, in the Manu Samhita, it is clearly stated that a woman should not be given freedom. That does not mean that women are to be kept as slaves, but they are like children. Children are not given freedom, but that does not mean that they are kept as slaves. The demons have now neglected such injunctions and they think that women should be given as much freedom as men. However, this has not improved the social condition of the world. Actually, a woman should be given protection at every stage of life. She should be given protection by the father in her younger days, by the husband in her youth, and by the grown-up sons in her old age. This is proper social behavior according to the Manu Samhita. But modern education has artificially devised a puffed-up concept of womanly life, and therefore marriage is practically now an imagination in human society. The social condition of women is thus not very good. Now, although those who are married are in a better condition than those who are proclaiming their so-called freedom. The demons therefore do not accept any instruction which is good for society. And because they do not follow the experience of great sages and the rules and regulations laid down by the sages, the social condition of the demoniac people is very miserable. Now let's try to understand and clarify few points. So this is from the Shastra that a woman should always be under the protection like a child. Like if you have a young child, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year-old, you will never let the child go out and get groceries alone by themselves. No, you would always accompany them, isn't it? When they're walking down the stairs, you will be very careful. If there are knives around or anything, you are always trying to protect them. Similarly, women, she is like the pride of the family. लज्जा जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. So she is the pride of the family. So similarly, you would not want any mishap to happen with the women. So that is why, as per the Shastra, women are supposed to be taken care of by the male. When she is young, by her father, brother. When she gets adult, she becomes adult by the husband. And when she becomes old, by the children. So this is for women. That does not advocate at all that she is a slave. So in our Sanatan Dharma, women is respected. And as I've said, our temples are named after women. Like it is always Radha, Parthasarthi Mandir, Radha, Madhav Mandir, Sita Ram Mandir, right? Uma Shankar. So Uma is Mother Parvati. So the woman's name is taken before the name. Radharani is Vrindavaneshwari. It is said that the Lord of the house is not the husband, it's the women. So similarly, Krishna's house is Vrindavan, but who is Vrindavaneshwari? Who has the key? Who is the master? That is Radharani, right? So this is how we or the Sanatanis, we take women. Now there are demoniac people like I mentioned about from the Mahabharata we see Duryodhan. He did not respect women at all. Ravan, he did not respect women at all. When Hanumanji Maharaj, when he goes to Lanka, he saw 12,000 women in a single night when he was searching for Mother Sita. And as he is going through the quarters of Ravan, he found many naked women lying. So Ravan is already married. He has the most beautiful wife. Mandodari is the replica of Mother Parvati. So this is the level at which Ravan was degraded. He goes to Lord Shiva, who he considers as his god. And then he pleases Lord Shiva with his tapasya. Lord Shiva asks, what do you want? And he says, I want your wife. Give me your wife. Now the priest and the demigods knew that this was coming. They understood, they knew who Ravan was. When Ravan's brother Kuver, his son, Nal Kuver and Manigriv, one of them was getting married. In front of everyone, Ravan, during the marriage ceremony, he raped his to-be daughter-in-law. So you can understand who was Ravan actually, who is glorified sometimes in the demonic society in India. So they knew that this is coming. So they already devised a plan. Who? The demigods, they already devised a plan. So as Ravan was, and you know Bholenath, he is very, very innocent. Whatever is asked, he said, okay, fine. Now Ravan is going with Mother Parvati. And then at that time, I'm not sure if it was Narad Muni or if it was someone, they started laughing at Ravan. So Ravan stopped. He said, what are you laughing at? So he said, Ravan, my brother, you are so innocent. He said, what do you mean? So they said that, do you think Lord Shiva will so easily give your wife to you? So Ravan started thinking, oh yeah, that makes sense. I did not think of that. So he says, Ravan, you are so innocent, you are actually tricked. You are being tricked. This is not the real Parvati. Actually, she was the real Parvati, mother. This is not real Parvati. The real Parvati is actually in the down planetary system. She is in a place called Vitalalok and she is with Maidana. Now Ravan became so angry that, oh Shiv, you defeated me. And then he immediately took leave from there. So he left the real Mother Parvati and he goes, and in the Patal Lok, they had replicated Mother Parvati. And she was the daughter of Maidanav actually. And that is why her name was Mandodari. So he got married to her thinking that she is Mother Parvati. And then later he gets to know that it is not Mother Parvati, rather it is the daughter of a demon, that is Mandodari. But Mandodari was, of course, if you replicate Mother Parvati, who is Gauri, who is the most beautiful woman in the entire three creation. So he already fell in love with Mandodari because she was beautiful and she was very chaste and she was very pure actually, Mandodari. So despite having such a glorious wife, there are few women in the Shastra who have been called as Sati, and Mandodari is one of them. So Mandodari has been called as Sati because of her chastity towards her husband. So despite having such a glorious wife, still he was sleeping around with different kind of women, probably every day. So this is what how these people are. So you cannot, these people actually cannot be changed. They do not respect women at all. With Vedavati, he did the same thing, and Vedavati cursed that I am going to be the cause of your death. And then Vedavati, she became Chaya Sita in her next life, and searching her, Chaya Sita was kidnapped, the real Mother Sita was not kidnapped. And then Lord Ram came looking for the illusory Chaya Sita, who was Vedavati in her previous life, and then he had to kill Ravan because he had got this curse. He has gotten this curse from Vedavati, but again, he misbehaved. He tried to touch her inappropriately. He touched her hair, so she had to cut her hair, and then she cursed that I am going to be the cause of your death. So these demoniac people, they never respect women. They never listen to an authority. They work independently. They work whimsically. And that is why all they do is they create chaos. Next verse.
धन्यवाद जी.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Asatyam pratishtham te jagat ahur anishwaram अपरस्पर संभूतम किम anyat काम hetukam. Translation: They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust.
The demoniac conclude that the world is phantasmagoria. There is no cause and effect, no controller, no purpose. Everything is unreal. They say that this cosmic manifestation arises due to chance, material actions, and reactions. They do not think that the world was created by God for a certain purpose. They have their own theory that the world has come about in its own way and that there is no reason to believe that there is a God behind it. For them, there is no difference between spirit and matter, and they do not accept the Supreme Spirit. Everything is matter only, and the whole cosmos is supposed to be a mass of ignorance. According to them, everything is void, and whatever manifestation exists is due to our ignorance in perception. They take it for granted that all manifestation of diversity is a display of ignorance. Just as in a dream, we may create so many things which actually have no existence. Then, when we are awake, we shall see that everything is simply a dream. But factually, although the demons say that life is a dream, they are very expert in enjoying this dream. And so instead of acquiring knowledge, they become more and more implicated in their dreamland. They conclude that as a child is simply the result of sexual intercourse between man and woman, this world is born without any soul. For them, it is only a combination of matter that has produced the living entities, and there is no question of the existence of the soul. Now, when the conception of soul is gone, you only live once, this is the concept. So that is why you see they don't have heart. These people are heartless. They go around hurting. Like, if you really, I would not wish you to go and see, but if you see the butchers, how heartlessly they kill the animal as if the animal has no emotion. The animal has no family and it has no heart, no soul. So who can do that? Like, no sane person can do this, what the butchers are doing or what the terrorists are doing. No same. And the worst part is they're shameless about it. They don't even acknowledge that there's something wrong that they have done. Only a heartless person whose complete, what we say, basics is wrong. They have no concept of afterlife. They have no concept that there will be consequence because they are brainwashed right as they grow up when they are children. And in the question and answer round, I will tell you in more detail that it is actually not even while they grow up. This is inside the seed. The whole progeny is only defective actually. In Hindi, it's called nasl. I don't know it's Urdu or Hindi, but the whole nasl actually, it is defective. And that is why this chaos in the society is coming about. So these are all demoniac people. As many living creatures come out from perspiration and from a dead body without any cause, the whole living world has come out of the material combination of the cosmic manifestation. Therefore, material nature is the cause of this manifestation, and there is no other cause. They do not believe in the words of Krishna and in Bhagavad-gītā. Under my direction, the whole material world is moving. In other words, among the demons, there is no perfect knowledge of the creation of the world. Every one of them has some particular theory of its own. According to them, one interpretation of the scriptures is as good as another, for they do not believe in a standard understanding of the scriptural injunctions. Ninth.
Abhishek Prabhuji.
Abhishek Prabhu just recited, right?
Abhishek.
I can repeat, Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu, yeah.
एतां दृष्टिम् अष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्पबुद्धयः भवन्त्यग्रोकृकर्मणः क्षयाय जगतो हितः. Following such conclusions, the demoniac who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world.
The demoniac are engaged in activities that will lead the world to destruction. The Lord states here that they are less intelligent. The materialists who have no concept of God think that they are advancing, but according to Bhagavad-gītā, they are unintelligent and devoid of all sense. It is, you cannot reason with these species actually. Krishna, he showed his Virat Roop to Duryodhana. So Krishna, if someone says, you are God, he says, no, no Baba, I am not God. Lord Ram never said he is God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never claimed he is God. Like they are God, but he is God, but they are not claiming they are God. And here, to this foolish Duryodhana, he is showing that I am God for a change. He shows his Virat Roop, but still Duryodhana is not ready to accept. He thinks that this Krishna is a magician, he is a yogi, a Mayavi, so he has just learned some kind of magic and he is just trying to intimidate me. But he is just a Gwalbal, he is just a cowherd man. So it's like saying that you are from a low caste, you know? How dare you stand in front of me? I am the king. So that is the only, this is how he disrespected Krishna every single time. So similarly, these people, no matter how hard you try to explain, show love, or whatever it is, it's not going to work. Why? Because they are wired a certain way. That is why. So the materialists who have no concept of God think that they are advancing, but according to Bhagavad-gītā, they are unintelligent and devoid of all sense. They try to enjoy this material world to the utmost limit and therefore always engage in investing something for sense gratification. Such materialistic inventions are considered to be advancement of human civilization, but the result is that people grow more and more violent and more cruel to animals and cruel to other human beings. They have no idea how to behave toward one another. Animal killing is very prominent amongst demoniac people. Such people are considered the enemies of the world because ultimately they will invent or create something which will bring destruction to all, like the global warming, cutting down trees, cutting down forests. Why? So that animals won't have any habitat. They are going to kill the animals for their taste. So indirectly, this verse anticipates the intervention of nuclear weapons, of which the whole world is today very proud. At any moment, war may take place, and these atomic weapons may create havoc. Such things are created solely for the destruction of the world, and this is indicated here. Due to godlessness, such weapons are invented in human society. They are not meant for the peace and prosperity of the world. 10th.
Kamam ashita dushpuram dambhamana madadvita mohat grahetu vasad grahan pravantate shuchivrata. Translation: taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, the illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent.
The demoniac mentality is described here. The demons have no satiation for their lust. They will go on increasing and increasing their insatiable desires for material enjoyment. Although they are always full of anxieties on account of accepting non-permanent things, they still continue to engage in such activities out of illusion. They have no knowledge and cannot tell that they are heading the wrong way. Accepting non-permanent things, such demoniac people create their own god, create their own hymns, and chant accordingly. The result is that they become more and more attracted to two things: sex enjoyment and accumulation of material wealth. The word ashuchi vrata, unclean vows, is very significant in this connection. Such demoniac people are only attracted by wine, women, gambling, and meat eating. Those are their ashuchi, unclean habits. Induced by pride and false prestige, they create some principles of religion which are not approved by the Vedic injunctions. Although such demoniac people are most abominable in the world, by artificial means the world creates a false honor for them. Although they are gliding toward hell, they consider themselves very much advanced. So they are all gliding towards hell. It's just that they don't know it yet. So we'll take 2 more words and then we'll open for question and answer. Giriraj Prabhu? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Krishna Mataji?
Yes, Hare Krishna. चिन्तामपरिमेयां च प्रलयान्तामुपाश्रिता कामुपभोगपरमा एतावदिति निश्चिता आशापाशशतैर्बद्धा कामक्रोधपरायणा इहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्ययेनार्थसञ्चयान्. Translation: They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification.
The demoniac had said that the enjoyment of the senses is the ultimate goal of life. And this concept they maintain until death. They do not believe in life after death, and they do not believe that one takes on different types of bodies according to one's karma or activities in this world. So, as far as I know, it's only Sanatan Dharma, and perhaps I'm not sure about the other, but it's very few who actually have the knowledge of life after death, that there is reincarnation, there is soul that travels from one body to another, there are different planets, there are different species. So this is only, perhaps it's only Sanatan Dharma, as far as I know. I might be wrong, but definitely there are few religions they don't have conception of this, and that is why they think that they have the freedom or the license to do whatever they please, and if it is as per their brainwashed teachers, they will get a higher destination as per them. So that is the whole flawed society. They do not believe in life after death, and their plans for life are never finished, and they go on preparing plan after plan, all of which are never finished. I was hearing a lecture today, and now I don't have the Shastric reference. I have heard this before as well. I'll try to find what is the Shastric reference, but it said, like, this is a very Pramanic guru who comes in the one of the 4 sampradayas in the parampara, and he's very well known actually. So they said, and before also I heard that one who does Sukruti means pious activities, for more than 100 lifetimes, they have the fortune to take birth in Bharatvarsh, that is India. And one who continues doing the Sukruti for 100 lifetimes, being born in Bharatvarsh, has the privilege to be born as a Hindu in India. So this is actually, I am sure there is no doubt in this because I have heard this from multiple sources in my past 15 years. And this is why, this is one of, I don't know, but this is my understanding that you see, the population of India is so huge. So is China, I know. But if you see India, the population is so much. Because it is said that even the devatas, the demigods, they are all queued up to take birth as a human in a Hindu family in India. Because they understand the piety one has to go through to be born in such a glorious dharma of and in such a glorious land called Bharat. And this is the only quickest gateway of going back to Vaikuntha. So the devatas are also queued up to take birth as a Hindu. So their plans for life, so this is for the demons, their plans for life are never finished, and they go on preparing plan after plan, all of which are never finished. We have personal experience of a person of such demoniac mentality who, even at the point of death, was requesting the physician to prolong his life for 4 years more because his plans were not yet complete. Such foolish people do not know that a physician cannot prolong life even for a moment. When the notice is there, There is no consideration of the man's desire. The laws of nature do not allow a second beyond what one is destined to enjoy. The demoniac person who has no faith in God or the supersoul within himself performs all kinds of sinful activities simply for self gratification. He does not know that there is a witness sitting within his heart. The supersoul is observing the activities of the individual soul. As it is stated in the Upanishads, there are two birds sitting in one tree. One is acting and enjoying or suffering the fruits of the branches, and the other is witnessing. But one who is demoniac has no knowledge of Vedic scripture, nor has he any faith. Therefore, he feels free to do anything for sense enjoyment, regardless of the consequences. So, because of their ignorance, they think they can do anything, but the reality is that Krishna is seated in everyone's heart, taking note. So the examiner, they are just taking note, and they then give us our marks so that we can either pass or fail in our examination. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. We'll open the floor for question and answer. I believe the raise hand are for question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Like we read right now that it is important to follow the Shastras, but now in Kali Yuga, or like how we have been placed, it is impossible to 100% follow every single thing.
Yeah.
So how do we analyze in a situation to what extent are we supposed to follow Shastras, and how should we basically adapt to situations?
Good question. For us, very simple answer, and for us, the words of our Guru is Shastra. Okay? So the whole point is that we have to have this hunger to get a Guru. And then whatever a Guru says, right, left, like GPS, right? You turn right, you turn left, and then you will reach your destination. So whatever our Guru has given us, like we read Prabhupada Leela in the morning, right? And what Prabhupada said, that he was so much into Gandhi's movement, isn't it? Post-freedom. And then he wanted to become a freedom fighter. But then as he met his Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj, so his whole viewpoint changed. Because the Guru, he said that you have to work for something that is more important than just a fight for freedom. Because even after that, you will still remain slave, as we see today. That the majority of Indians, they are in the name of what this is. That I don't even know the word liberals. They are all actually slaves of the Western world, right? So yeah, coming back to your answer, is that we have to take the words of our Guru as the word of Shastra. Because definitely, as you said, we cannot follow 100% Shastra. If we sit down reading Manusmriti Mataji, it is going to take us 2 lifetimes. And we don't have 2 lifetimes, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Tanya Mataji, you have a question? Welcome back.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the demonic qualities that we have seen, we have read so far, I realize that these are also present, some of them could be present in us or also in some of the people whom we call our friends.
Yep.
So we realize that a lot of times, sometimes it's not possible to make them understand what we learned here in our class when we are doing bhakti. How to tackle such situation? Let them be with their thoughts, what they think, or should we try to make them understand what actually is the purpose of life and it's not what they think of it?
Yeah. In Satyug Mataji, Lord Nrsimhadev came to kill the demon Hiranyakashipu with his nails. Then in Treta Yuga, Lord Ramchandra came with his bow and arrow and he killed Ravan and all the demons. In Dwapar, Lord Krishna came. He did not use much weapons, but he used his fist. And with slaps, he would kill all the demons. Now Krishna thought that in Satyug, Dwapar, Treta. So it is said that in Satyug, the demons and the divine, they resided in different worlds. They were in different planets. In Treta, they were on the same planet, but different countries. Like Lord Ram was in Ayodhya and Ravan was in Sri Lanka. In Dwapar, they were in the same family, Arjun and Duryodhan, Pandavas and the Kauravas, same family. Then Krishna thought, Are Baba, in Kali Yuga, they are in the same person, as you rightly pointed out, that in Kali Yuga, the same person is divine and demon. They have both the qualities. So Krishna thought that if I become Narsimha Dev or Ramchandra or myself, I am going to wipe out the entire creation actually. That's not going to work. So then he became Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing? He is doing Cheto Darpana Marjana, meaning he is killing, still killing. But this time what is he killing? He is killing our lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion and envy. He is killing our anartha. With what? With Harinam. So Harinam is the weapon of this Kali Yuga Mataji. Okay? And Harinam is actually killing all the demoniac propensities from inside. You see the connection. Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, these all represent lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, envy, and that is inside us. Each of us has Lord Ram as super soul and Ravan also within us. So Krishna cannot kill us. Like if he took pistol and AK-47 to kill, everyone would die. So that is why he had to come as Mahaprabhu. Now what can we do for our friends is that once we have completed our rounds, and if we have special inclination for someone, we chant for them. And we give them prasad. And I guarantee you, this is how we have come to Bhakti Mataji, because someone has done that for us. If we do that for them, but first we have to become pure, then only Krishna is going to listen to us, isn't it? So first when we become pure, we do our sadhana very nicely, and then we pray to Krishna for someone else that I want them also to become and understand your philosophy and go back to you. Then Krishna is 100% going to listen to us. So we can pray for them, okay?
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class. Prabhuji, you were saying something about the seed being in the...
Yes, yeah. Now, for that, I will have to trust this group because it is very, very confidential. So if I can trust all of you and if we can stop the recording, then I can tell you that, where is Prabhu? Have we stopped?